Hey guys, this is Angie doing it, and I said I wasn't going to do a video like this, but after today, I decided to do this. The last time I ever even had to dial 911 was like 2009. It was for a pit bull that had got loose. When they let people down the street, their dog was out, and I was like, the pit bull was out, and school's right there. And he was like, "Why did you call the police? Because all we can do is shoot it." And when he said that, I was like, that's the truth. They come after the robbery. They come after rape. They come after a murder. They come after that. So all they can do is come and shoot somebody. Because I've seen them come for a fight, and they actually pulled up, put one car here, put one car here, had their lights shine on the people that were fighting, and sat there and watched the people fight. So I was like, that is the truth. And then one lady said, look on the side of the car. What does it say? We serve and protect the police. Not you, but the police. So I was like, wow. I said, so when I call, if I do have to dial, I go there and get reports if I need a report for insurance information. Otherwise, I never ever try to call no matter what's going on. I try not to call anymore. I haven't called since 2009. And unless I'm calling for ambulance or fire, of course I'm going to call for that. And I'll ask for that. Because the truth is, what? It's a purpose, And the racial profiling is a real thing. And kudos to all of you people that have been lucky enough, never had to have been stopped because of the color of your skin, But I have two young men, and I just fear every single day that they go out the door. I fear more of the police than I do of a gang member or a thug or a robber. I fear more of the police than I do any criminal. And I shouldn't feel this way. I really should not feel this way. Today, I drove to go see my dad in the hospital, across, to Arkansas, and see my mom, and I drove all the way there because it was dark when we left, and I didn't want anything, pull my sons over or say anything to them. And so I drove, I stopped and did my rest. And I drove. Both of them had a license. Both of them have nothing on their license. They're great drivers. But I just drove for that reason, a fear. So on the way back, my legs started to swell, and I wasn't feeling that great. And so I decided to let my oldest drive. And he pulled out of the gas station. Mind you, we were in a country, suburban part of Illinois where there's no one like me there. And so as soon as we pulled from the gas station, my son didn't tell me right away that the police was behind us. The sheriff state police was behind us. Like she was seeking us out. Like someone had called her, told us there were black people at the gas station. Please get up here as fast as you can, because there were other people there. I guess they were coming from out of town. I mean, they took my son said, Mama, they took off fast. They were gone. So me, I'm sitting in the back trying to, I'm in my seatbelt, but I'm trying my best to, let my ankle go down, and I said, I'm going to let you drive. But I'm sitting back there going, don't drive too fast, because they'll be looking at you. They don't drive. I'm panicking. I'm in the back, yelling at him. And I guess he said he was trying to tell me that the police was behind him. When we left the gas station, why are you behind me? We're leaving the gas station, and you're the state police. You know what I mean? And she followed us, waited till as soon as he went off the ramp, and I'm back there saying, don't drive fast, turn the corner safely and slowly. I'm back there just, coaching him. And he's like, Mom, I got it. The police is right behind us. I'm like, what? And so I looked there. She done turned the lights and siren on and pulled us over as soon as we got on the ramp. And I'm like, see, all at the gas station full of people. People with their car, with their stuff on top of trailers. They're taking U-turns and turning in the street. She didn't stop any of them. Of course, they weren't like this. But she just right behind us. It's like she had her eye on us. You know what I mean? She done ran my plates. And, I didn't know the DMV had put down that my truck was red. Because when I went in, and I was like, girl, I can't even think of the color of that truck. Is it beige, gray, reddish, brown? I couldn't. She put down red. The lady put down red. So she was like, you're not even in a red truck. The lady was nice. But the truth is, you stopped me because you saw a black man driving a van with Angie doing it on the back of my van. And it's a girl's van and it's a guy driving. Let me pull him over. Hopefully he stole his van so I can put him in jail. And that's the way I felt. She was real, real nice, but she was real, real nice because I felt she was really, really wrong for stopping us. And you always hear, well, if you wasn't doing anything, they wouldn't have stopped. No, we were just being black. They stopped us just because of the skin color. And I know that's what it was, because I'm like, she was adamant, I think, about giving him a ticket or something for some made up reason, until she said, oh, I didn't even know you were in the back. So why did it make a difference that I was in the back seat screaming at him, telling him to drive slow? So she gave him a ticket, not a ticket, but a warning. Oh, excuse me. Gave him a warning for driving too slow. He was so upset. I was so upset. I was shaking, nervous. I took my swollen feet up there and I drove 4 hours straight. I did not get out of that seat for 4 hours. I didn't care about to go to the bathroom. I didn't care about how tired my leg cramped up. 4 hours straight I drove to get my kids home. My son is 30 years old. Do you know what it is like to be a mom and afraid every single day? Well, if you hadn't been back there screaming at him, telling him to drive slow, he wouldn't have got a ticket. You know, or a warning, you know. But if I wasn't back there, she probably would have taken me to jail and just called other officers. They would have made up something, because he had a frown on his face saying, you know, anything could have happened. They could have just shot and killed him. And it's like, she was so nice about it. What's this on the back of your truck and this and that? She was just trying to play it off. I know that what it was, you know. But the state police isn't as bad as the city police. But why are you even following us? You know what? Because you saw Angie on the back and it was a guy driving it, so you was hoping he stole it. You know, it's just like, that's racial profiling. You just automatically think because you see a black man driving, he's doing something. And I just want to talk about, that's not true because you had this one instance. No, I keep getting instances. I wear a hoodie sometimes. It's cold. Red. I had a red hoodie on. Got out of school. My book bag is really big. It's sitting here. I'm sitting here. I get pulled over. Bolingbrook police. And I'm like, knowing I didn't do anything. So I was following the directions, making sure, because I know the police sits right there at the gas station. And so I make sure that I follow everything right. I stayed in my lane. Didn't change lanes. Didn't do anything wrong at all. Light was green because I made a right turn. That light is green. These lights are red. No one's supposed to be coming from that way. So it's impossible for me to cut anybody off. He pulls me over as soon as I get to my job, to get ready to turn into my job. He pulls me over. And he was like, oh my God, I thought you were a guy. So if I'm a black man, that means, gives you a right to pull me over and put me in jail. Here comes lights and siren. His partners are coming, you know, to the rescue to beat the black man down. But then he looks and sees that I'm a person with scrubs on and I'm a girl. And he's like, oh, you're a girl. What are you doing? I'm like, going to work. And he's like, oh, you're a nurse? Oh. You know, it's like his whole demeanor just changed. You know, from, I'm going to beat you down and kill you because you're a black man. He said, I thought that was another guy sitting by you. That's your book bag. So evidently he thought it was two black men. He was going to pull us over, ruin our lives, take every chance possible to have to get a good job and everything. That's just what they do, and it's terrible. And it was like, so if I was a black man, I have two black men. So you let me know if I was a black man, my life would have been ruined. And I know it's true because it happened. And I mean, like, a black man can't go out and get drunk and belligerent or whatever and have fun, because he's going to go to jail. He's going to go to jail. I never forget a postal worker years ago. He was drunk. He was driving. He was on the expressway. And he had swerved and almost hit the side median, and I was like, pull over, but out, and I pulled up behind him, told him, hold up, get out your car. And I got him out of his car, put him in my car, parked his car for him, got off the expressway. Back then they had payphones, so I took him to the payphone, told him to call somebody so they can come get your car, because you're going to lose your job and everything. And I said that back then when they had payphones, you know how long ago that was. And I got him out of the expressway because I knew they would ruin his life and he would lose his job at the post office. And back then, people, you know, they got in the car with you. You help people back in the, you know, the early 80s. And so that's what I did. And I think about now, I mean, you think about this, they have to do everything correct. You know, they have to be so nervous because their lives are going to be ruined. I know this is true because I drove cab. I lived in a mostly suburban neighborhood in Kansas, and they don't get pulled over and get profiled. They get taken to their dads and taken to their mom. I'm going to call your mom and dad to pick you up at the police station. And just in Broadview, not even just like other year, we went to court and the judge was like, "Oh, she's not going to show up. You don't have to show up." Because the lady hit and totaled my son's car. Totaled it. And they just wanted us to throw it out. The white lady, she hit it. She had no insurance, no nothing. But we came back and she did show up. So even the judge didn't even want us to come back. And so when we were there in the courtroom, we needed a letter because we both go to school saying that we were in court. So we snuck back in the room. I don't know if they knew we were there. And the last case was young teen ran the police off the road into a ditch. They chased him. He turned off his lights. Another district caught him. Do you know what they did to him? Black guy would have been in jail. He would have had handcuffs on. They would have shackled him. And they would have locked him up. They was like patting him on the back saying, "Oh no, he's one of the good old boys." And led him out. And the little boy was like, "I didn't do nothing." He was like, "Didn't do nothing." Like they always make fun of black people saying, "Didn't do nothing." The young man was probably about 18 or 19. He was like, "I didn't do nothing though." And so they shook his hand, not handcuffed him, shook his hand and said, "Oh no, he's one of the good old boys." And because one of the other officers had whispered something in another officer's ear, and they escorted him out and didn't do anything to him. Dropped the case. Well, just don't do that again, young man. This man has ran the police off the road. A police officer hit a little girl. The father didn't know he was a police officer on a motorcycle. The officer shot and killed the man. See, that's how we live. Just imagine every single day you go out the door, you're more afraid of the police than you are, afraid of the dog biting you. You're more afraid of the police. But if the dog bites you, you better not kill it because you get 43 years in jail for killing their dogs. And it shouldn't be like this, but it is. And it was like, well, it's like that. Why don't you just leave America? But your influence is even in Africa. And it happens over there too if we're driving through South Africa. So it's like, why? Why? And it's just terrible. I mean, I was in Country Club Hills, and I mean, I've told this story, probably people read it like, yeah, it's me. Country Club Hills, parked legally, eating my lunch, just got out of class, worked that night, with home health care in that Bolingbrook area. And I look up, there's a gun in my face. The police done jumped out with the lights on and the siren because I didn't hear them coming. They had the lights on, 2 cars behind me, and I'm looking like, what? And I'm looking around, and he was like, put your hands up, put your hands up. I'm like, I'm finna die. What's going on? Somebody called in. I guess the people across the hall, because it was, I seen a guy go in the house, Caucasian man, a plumbing service. So you know who I'm talking to, because you got a plumbing truck right there in your house. I'm quite sure they called and said, legally parked vehicle. But I was parked legally, but strange vehicle. I was driving a Ford Ranger. How strange is that, with drywall and stuff, equipment in the back, because I was doing a job. I think I messed up on that job, just totally messed up on that job because my nerves were shot. And I ended up botching the job, having to give the job to somebody else, trying to make extra money. Things that you'd be like, why don't you get a job? Why don't you work? That's not it. The bottom line is, nobody wants us here on this earth. One guy explained it to me. He's like, we just don't want you guys on this earth, period, because you're not slaves anymore. That's just it. That's just bottom line. We don't want you here, period. In Africa, on the world, because you're not a slave anymore. I'm like, really? Really? And you listen to that. But it's, with the common political atmosphere we have right now, the truth is out. That is the way they feel. But what can you do? You can't stop living your life and lock yourself in the house. You just can't do that. So just imagine that day I would have lost my life right there in Country Club Hills because I'm sitting there while black. Instead of using your loudspeaker saying, "Man, why are you sitting there? If you're scared to come toward me because I'm black, why can't you just tap on my..." I believe I wasn't black, you could have just tapped on my window and said, "Why are you sitting here, ma'am?" But it took guns drawn, surrounding my car, hold your hands up, open the doors. How am I going to open my doors if my hands up? If I put my hands down, you're going to think I'm reaching for a weapon, and then you're going to shoot me anyway. So I'm like going crazy. I just knew I was gone. And then after all of that, and then when he finally said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you can leave." Why you then after all of that, here comes Officer Miller. I remember your name, young lady. With her hand on her gun. "I don't give a what they said to you. Why are you sitting here?" I'm like, "Ma'am, they just told me I can leave." "I want to know why you sitting here. Explain it to me all over again. I don't care what they said." So I'm sitting here, okay, Officer Miller, I'm sitting here waiting on my friend to answer his phone so I can go in his house and finish doing his bathroom because I'm doing some extra work. I just got off work last night, went to my class at school, tired. I just want to go in there and finish so I can go home and go to bed. That's what I was doing. "Okay, you make sure you do that then." I said, "Can I leave?" And then here go the other officer. He still has my other door open. He's looking at, "Why do you have on scrubs?" And I just looked. So, because I have on scrubs, I could be a nurse. So, all of a sudden, you got respect for me? Have respect for me just because I'm a person, okay? Not because I'm a title. Have a respect for me because I'm a person, you know? And I'm like, wow, this cannot be real. So, when I called to make a complaint, because, you know, that was just aggressive just to ask me why I was sitting there legally, you know? And the lady that answered the phone, she said, "Well, we're changing mayors right now. It wouldn't do any good for you to make a report because he's not going to do anything to his officers." And I'm like, wow. Because this is what they do, you know? And you feel like, you know, you think about all the stories back with Martin Luther King and Medgar Evans, and you think about all those stories. It's not that much different now. And you wonder why most blacks stay in their neighborhoods, stay in their clusters in Chicago, because you don't want to venture out. You go look for a job 9 out of 10, you know, it was like 9 out of 10 times. I don't believe in statistics. I just don't, because you don't know who's writing them, who's doing them, who answers these surveys. You know, I don't believe in that. I think statistics are sadistic because people go by that. Oh, what is a crime rate and black this and this and that, and you know, and it puts in this terrible image, just like when one American got killed in South Korea, even though 20 Koreans got killed. But isn't that one life worth just as much as one other life? But you got 20 lives, and you trying to act like that one American life is worth more than 20 other foreign people lives. Why is the world like that? Every life is worth it. Only one person got shot with guns this year. Only one person got, you know, 2 people got more than one person life is valuable. One person is valuable. And they're just as valuable as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everyone is. And if we started to value each other and the lives of each other, things would be so much different. I believe that the officer today, she was real nice about it, but I think she pulled us over hoping that there was a black young man that she could put in jail because he stole the van. You know, and then the DMV had put red on there, and I'm like, why she put red? I said brown. I said reddish brown, because I don't know what color my car is. Gray. I just really didn't know what color it was. So, and I didn't have I had the title. She was looking at it, so I don't know why she put red. I have no idea why she put red on there. I gave her the title that I had filled out for my place and stickers and everything. So, why she put red, I don't know. But that's red on there, so maybe she did it because she knew that would happen. Because, like, did you paint your van? Because down here it says you driving a red van. And I'm like, wow, this is so deep. But enough of my rambling about, you know, racial profiling. Because, I got so many of those kind of stories. You know, even from the time I first came up here and had a job at White Castle at 18 in my own car. And I got depressed and I just drive around. I think it was in Schaumburg. And he was like, "You're not supposed to be here." Enough of my ranting. Take care. Angie's still doing it though. I'm not going to give up and trying to get you to do it. And just do the right thing. Have a wonderful life. Make sure you subscribe and like my videos.